In essence, you're saying that they're playing against themselves more than against AVANGER. First they need to calm down and play their game, and then comes beating AVANGER. Matt, what do you think? Can they do it?
As you said, they're currently beating themselves, not fighting for that chance of qualifying for IEM Sydney against AVANGER. It's just they have to mentally reset, as Rama said, and just play the game. We know they practice Couble, we see the results they have on it. They have 72% win rate on really Couble, which is really good, yes. And AVANGER is not especially good on Couble, but they can come out as winners if Sprout continues beating themselves.
Okay, so apart from mentally getting themselves together, do you think there is anything else Sprout can do? Any player that's particularly underperforming or something like that?
They just need to start playing as a team, not playing individually. They need to start covering each other and not just letting one die and get a refrag, because that leads to nowhere.
Rama, let's say you were captain of Sprout. How would you cheer them up? How would you get them to actually play the next map properly?
I mean, I usually don't give such advices, but well, if I was an in-game leader, I don't know, I would probably say to them that we are currently the best team on Couble in terms of playing against AVANGER, of course. Why not just do what we do best, like treat it like it's practice and something like that. And basically, I would say denying vision from or control from AVANGER can bring Sprout a victory in Couble, because if they take control of B plat with molotovs and smokes and everything, I think they can definitely kind of deny vision to AVANGER, make them use their utility on T side, and they can practically force them back and try to delay as much that attack coming from AVANGER, and can take as many rounds as they can on city side.
Any predictions for the next map?
16-12 AVANGER.
You, Matt?
16-10 AVANGER.
So the panel goes for AVANGER. GG.bet also goes for AVANGER. Current odds are 1.20 to more than 4. If you think you know better than GG.bet and wanna bet, or you just like your team and wanna bet on them, go over there and place your bets. But for now, the match is starting. Hawk and Dean, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, we are just about to get into what could potentially be the final map of this best-of-5 series. It could be over in just about 2 hours. Let's see if that's going to be the case. As was said on the desk, everyone seems to expect the Vanguard to take this map as well and end it 3-0. They said there is chances for Sprout. It is a good map for them, but I think with the form that I've been seeing from them recently as well, I'm going to favour this one towards the Vanguard.
Yeah, this is probably Sprout's best map, but even then, just a Vanguard looking so on point individually could be a real issue for Sprout. I think the start of this game is just going to be so important. I think we'll kind of be able to tell after the first 5 or so rounds how it's going to play out. If Sprout, get behind again, it's so easy to fall into that trap where mentally you're thinking they just destroyed us and we're already losing. I mean, I hope that they're confident, because they should be saying, this is our pick, this is our best map. Let's just go out there and prove ourselves. But it's sometimes hard to do.
It's confused. I don't think the knife round's going to be too important on this map, though. I think it's just kind of down to whichever you feel comfortable on. Both are kind of okay. You can be good on the CT side, you can be on the T side. It is traditionally slightly biased towards the terrorist side, but even it's not really by too much. So it's a fairly even map. It is one of the more equals in the pool, I would say. And let's use take the knife round, because maybe mentally at least, if Sprout get that, have the ability to choose which side they want to begin on, maybe be prepared, but that's not going to be the case, as we can see. So Vanguard take that one, and let's see if they're going to decide to stay or switch.
Yeah, I think Sprout actually probably would have... Wow, okay, so Vanguard are staying on the CT side. I actually think this is better for Sprout, to be honest. Just because you can't go as aggressive on the CT side, so Sprout, they're unlikely to get, sort of destroyed at the start here. They can dictate the pace. They can sort of decide exactly how the rounds play out. They can take a slow round at the start if they want. And they aren't really under threat of the CTs pushing in towards them. There aren't really too many spots where you can push that safely. So I think this is good for Sprout. If they lose the pistol round, they can just try and slow things down. And I hope they do sort of manage the game like that. As you can already see, it looks like they are taking this round slowly to start us off, because they have 2 sets of nades. Crystal with 1 smoke, 1 flash, and 1 P250, whereas NATO also has the HE grenade rather than the investment into the pistol. The Vanguard do have the 1 kit on towards Jame, and they also have a bit of an A stack. Demasic is now rotating over. I don't think they've really seen much info apart from Buster peeking out towards B plat, but they're confident to stack A here.
Yeah, Buster peeked the plat at the start of the round, got some info to work with, and they must have thought, yeah, it's going to be an A hit, and it may work out perfectly. 1 player close mid, 1 up towards the door, and over on the bomb side as well, Demasic is prepared. So this is going to be a difficult one for Sprout, even with this utility. If they can put the smokes down perfect, maybe 1 towards door, 1 toward the balcony, and then try and win the 2 1-on-1s up against the player on site and the 1 also on ramp. So let's see how this works out. Still just under a minute remaining. And finally, it looks like they will get a move on. Smoke's gone down, Flash has gone down, and Innocent, he'll be able to drop Kicker instantly. So a good start to this one for Sprout now as they look to try and take over the bomb site, and the nade from NATO Safix is going to be successful as well. Sprout start this one off well, but as I say, that Crizzen able to step it up for 2. All onto Buster now, though. Left in a 1-on-3, coming in on the flank, and let's see if he's going to be able to get anything done in this situation.
Ooh, he did just make a step at mid. I don't think Innocent quite heard that. Yeah, you can see Innocent still looking towards A long, but those shots will have certainly made noise. So now Innocent is ready, looking at the position, and ooh, Buster gets the 1 frag, but Innocent steals away the kill on the trade. And therefore, Sprout will get to take that first pistol round. So that's a really good start for them, just to be able to build their way into this game. Having said that, I think it was it the last map where Sprout won the pistol round and then lost to the second round force, or was that the earlier series? I don't remember.
No, that must have been the earlier series, because I think Vanguard got off to a 7-0 start in the previous.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they were 8-0 up. So I've definitely seen. I think it was in EGB battles they lost against pistols, and then they ended up going 5-1 down against Imperial. So let's hope they don't do the same here. They do have 2 AKs, so hopefully they're in good shape.
Yeah, let's see. Right now, at least they are just going to be going over towards A, getting themselves that map control. And once again, AVANGAR have a bit of info, so they've decided to go for a bit of a gamble stack. They have 3 players on this side of the map. And Kickert right now just shoulder peeking with a smoke prepared, so he'll look to try and throw that down once he gets some contact. And then Sprout, let's see what they decide to do with this one, because all 5 players right now are on this side of the map. So unless they want to go back towards B and risk having players have already pushed aggressive, then that could be awkward. Molotovs to clear out the positions. Mac 10, interestingly enough, going to be trying to find that opening kill at long range. Positions, Mac 10, interestingly enough, going to be trying to find that opening kill at long range. And now it looks like they will just commit towards this bomb site, towards 4 CTs who are going to be waiting for them. And it's going to be a difficult one indeed, but they started off well. Crystal gets the first, Crizzen up close to the CZ, gets 1, gets the second. Innocent, luckily enough, tried to back, but it's Kickert then to go ahead and drop NATO Safix and get a second himself. A bit of damage onto Innocent, and now it's all onto Innocent to try and save this one. As you said, it could happen. They could get upset by the pistols right now. Demasic with the dig. He's aware that he's up close to this van, just being cautious. And he gets the damage and eventually the kill. So there you have it. Crizzen right now, in my opinion, he's looking for that pistol MVP. 2 really crisp shots with the USP on the pistol round, and 2 with the CZ there on the 1 following it. So
yeah, definitely. I think I'm gonna make, right. You know, there was COD Pro Mod. I'm gonna make CSGO Pro Mod, and all it is the CZ is removed from the game.
Ooh. I think there was like a Pro Mod for like CS Source or something towards the end, and I remember seeing something about it. I don't think it was ever really used though. It basically just got rid of all the clutter and stuff that wasn't needed. Let's see though. Sprout right now, they go for the force by themselves. They're looking to try and buy back into this one. NATO Safix, of course, the only one that keeps money into the bank, so he can get the op out into the first gun round. But Vanguard being able to return that one now, get the momentum back in their favour, and sometimes picking up that one can be even better than the pistol round. You see they get 2 free AKs out of it, and they also have 2 M4s and a FAMAS, so it's a very safe buy. 5 rifles, and also a decent amount of utility to work with, so you can see how passive they are staying back. They're just looking to try and take the long range duels, which up against the digs could be dangerous if we see some nice shots being hit by Sprout. But as I say, that Crizzen, a bit of damage being connected, and it looks like Sprout once again are just going to go over towards this A bomb site. They have 1 player down in the connector this time to try and cut off the rotates. And here we go, Crystal leading the way now.
Yeah, he's going to try and see if he can clear the position, but Quicker only gets the 1 kill. Jame now also only finding 1, so the trade's looking pretty decent there for Sprout. The rotate has come in. Crizzen in position. As you were pointing out, he's been playing very well so far throughout this series, but just as I say that, I curse him. He goes down. His own Spitty left alive. He gets the first. Ooh, nearly the transfer, but Buster just about wins that fight. Spitty had the chance there. He missed a couple of shots towards the end. Both players were missing back and forth. But eventually Buster comes in with the repeak and the frag. No real damage done to Buster, and AVANGAR will hold on for the second round win. With the bomb plants though, Sprout probably just want to go for one eco now and make sure they get a strong buy into the 5th round. Never mind, no. I'm a liar.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe just Crystal drops the AK and they don't really buy too much up else, but no, that's not the case. They go ahead and buy what they can. Spitty could have got an AK body armor that maybe would have been decent, so they'd have at least 3 rifles to work with, but no, and Innocent, he just has a... Okay, I was going to say he just has a Glock, he buys up eventually, it was just a bit late. So he was probably wondering, like, what's going on? We're buying? Okay. But yeah, that's not a great start. Crystal already falls. And Kickart claims the one-man advantage for AVANGAR to work with. So right now, Sprout, this is just an interesting buy, especially considering they're already on the back foot. This could potentially be the last map of the best of 5 series. And if they lose this, then they're no longer in contention to get themselves that spot at IEM Sydney. So crucial game indeed. And look at this from AVANGAR. They're so confident right now. Look how aggressive they've gone on B. And I think that's because every round so far, Sprout have really favoured towards this A bomb site, which they are doing once again. They have all 4 players in this position. They could still have all 4 players in this position. They could still back off and go towards B, but if they do, as I said, 2 players aggressive now waiting in the B halls.
Yeah, Demasic just about hears the step, so he easily gets that kill through. Now he's going to fall back. And I was kind of saying earlier that CT aggression is very rare on Cobblestone. It's oftentimes hard to get it to work, but good timing for AVANGAR means they can push out all the way through B. And I was also saying, I think it's really important for Sprout that CT aggression doesn't come in, because when AVANGAR were the ones choosing the fights, they almost always seem to win them. And that is the case again here. Demasic gets the first kill of the round, and oh, Buster is in position. He's going to come in from the flank. This could be brutal. The flank comes in. Oh, he makes steps. That means Innocent can turn around and bring it back to a 3v3. And more importantly, Sprout have the entire of the B site to themselves right now. AVANGAR are finally rotating, but I don't think they're going to be here in time. The bomb should go down shortly. Kickert, though, gets a kill back. That could be important because Dennis now has to lock this down. He does get the first, nearly the transfer, but Innocent now just has 23 HP. Oh, he gets the first frag, though. Back to a 1v1. Krizen doesn't connect. Both players so low on health. Innocent goes for the repeak and just about wins that clutch. I don't know how he has pulled that off, but it is Sprout to pull it back. Another force buy win, this time for Sprout.
Yeah, good work by Innocent. He's a player that when he shows up, he really can be an impactful player. And right now he's 8-2. We've seen him over the past couple of days. He kind of has been the little piece of light that I can see coming from this team, because they've been underperforming. NATO Safix especially, rather, has been underperforming in my opinion, but we expect so much from him, and he's just been a bit inconsistent. And at least now, Sprout, they start off this map good. AVANGAR, they're not going to decide to force into this one themselves. They do just go for the eco, couple pistols, a flash also, and that is going to be it. So Sprout should be able to claim themselves the lead. And that's a good start indeed. Dennis coming down through drop room. He finds Krizen. And let's see now, will they go towards this B-bomb site, especially with Dennis being able to find more. And oh, he actually eventually falls to Buster. 2 more players still on this side of the map, but it shouldn't really be a problem for the rifles.
Innocent will have spotted the second player out. So there goes the spray. Those chickens are just running into that wall in the bottom left there. Love to see it. Chickens not the smartest animals, as it turns out. James, the only man left, though, just with a P250. Shouldn't really be anything happening here. Yeah, he's just going to get taken down. There goes NATO Safix, chiming in with a kill. And as you were saying, Innocent certainly stepping up, already up there at 10 kills. When he performs, I think that's really the key to Sprout, you know, sort of getting the wins, because I think it generally has to be him and NATO Safix really stepping up. I mean, sometimes you're going to have some of the other players. Dennis has proven in the past he can, you know, step up and be a sort of carry player as well, but it generally seems to be those two more consistently being able to do it. And if Innocent could, you know, reach a more consistent level, I think that would be a really, really big improvement for Sprout. And that's something that could be coming through. Either way, already seeing some fights come out. Damage done to NATO Safix early into the round. Sprout are pretty spread out here. Dennis in towards drop could be in trouble, but actually he's the one that's sneaking in towards connector. Dennis is on the big flank in towards A. He could open it up completely. Yep, that's a free kill from behind. Should be the second. And that should be the round done as Dennis gets all 3. Only against pistols, but still very well played.
Yeah, Demasic actually gets himself an AK to work with, so potentially could just try and save that one over. They can bind to the next round no matter what, but still having that AK, having the Kevlar already, and also having a smoke and a flash to work with, similar for Buster, it is just a pretty decent save that will allow for them to get a better buy into the next round. But they do have to take down Spitty first. He only has an MP7, so he is looking to try and hunt this one down. And let's see if he's going to be able to do so. He's coming out from long. Buster going to be watching this with the CZ at long range, and he gets the contact, but he's not going to be able to connect any shots quite yet. So let's see, position now known of at least one of these players, and it looks like Sprout do want to hunt it down. They've sent another player to try and assist. Demastic though with the AK, he finds that kill, and Spitty falls. So I think they should be able to save this one now. I don't think Dennis should continue going forward, because if he goes down, then there's a chance for Buster to get an AK as well.
Dennis already has 3 kills though, so he's hungry for more, and he does find a 4th. Demastic's on the site. Dennis overextends a little bit, but it's not a massive issue because he just loses 1 AK in the end. Not too big a deal, and AVANGAR now will go for the double AWPs. Buster picking up that second AWP for the team. Don't see every team pick up 2 AWPs on Cobblestone, but it's certainly something that's viable, especially over towards A. If you want to hold back from the site, the AWP is really useful, or if you want to hold in towards A long, which is currently what Jane is doing. Buster with his AWP is positioned over towards B, currently in Chicken Coop. But Sprouts aren't really going to go for too much early aggression. I think Dennis is potentially going to push down drop, but other than that, we're not seeing too many players, except for now Innocent thinking about a peek. Dennis, though, has already pushed down, and I mean, he did that in the last round and it was successful, but this time, that's just a little bit too much. Easy opening with no trade. Quicker gets another kill. That's the bomb dropped, and Jame actually doesn't get the frag there, but huge damage done.
Yeah, Innocent and Crystal are just so low right now, so Safik's the only one that can really get heavy lifting now done throughout the remainder of this round, and let's see if it's going to be possible. That nade from Kicker takes down Innocent, and there you have it now. Only 2 players remain. Make that one. Jame connects the shot this time and finishes off Crystal. So Safik's in a 1-on-4. Unlikely he can get anything done. The bomb is actually down over towards the drop room as well and towards Connector, so very, very unlikely for NATO Safik's to clutch this one. And having a look at the economy for Sprout, it is pretty decent. He has 7,800, but you can see the other players are a little bit low on economy, so it could be worthwhile saving this AK so he could drop that over, maybe drop 1 more AK and get himself the op to work with as well.
Yeah, if he does save, of course he doesn't get any more money, but certainly would be worth saving the AK with how much value that has alongside the Kevlar. So it looks as though that will be the call made. Not going to be any action at the end of this round. We've got 15 seconds of nothing. And look at the skins, I guess. Nice little AK Bloodsport. Demastic's got a red line. A couple of AKs on the CT side.
AK anymore.
Oh, have you seen a NATO skin? I mean, it's Crystal skin, but it's got the Howl stickers on it. It's very nice.
Oh, it's Crystal, yeah. I mean, who uses the Traitor AK? That's what I meant to say. Yeah, Crystal not using the AK Traitor anymore. Interestingly enough. Oh. I guess the Spitty and Dennis came back to him.
True.
He's like, baby, come back.
Oh god. NATO didn't buy him up, by the way. He dropped 2 AKs instead, which I guess makes sense. They didn't really have much money, so NATO being a team player, sacrificing the ult to allow his teammates to get AKs. Let's see if that works out for them. Let's see if those AKs that he dropped do actually allow the team to take the round win.
Yeah, and let's see if Sprout can take this one, they will be still in a pretty good position. If AVANGAR take it, they should be able to reclaim the lead. So a crucial gun round now, one of those swing rounds that is going to be quite impactful for the outcome of the game. So let's see. Kickart up close on mid, spots out Crystal. Ooh, he actually jumps across and baits up the shot, but it doesn't matter. He expects NATO, he peeks in and takes himself the headshot. But he will eventually fall. Ooh, the aggression from Demastic as well. Crystal almost finds the turnaround, but it's not going to happen in that nade. Directly off the body of Dennis. And he will be finished by it as well. So AVANGAR, after those trades in mid, get themselves a great advantage, and they want to continue fighting. This is just so much confidence being shown. And perhaps it could give a chance to Innocent. We've seen him clutch already in this game. This time it's a 1v4, and he started it off well by bringing it down to a 1-on-2. So Buster and Crizzen, 2 players who really showed up in the previous map, and they're going to be able to do it once again. Crizzen closes this one out, and AVANGAR equalised the scoreline. And Sprout now should be looking at an eco. You can see they have a decent amount of money. They have enough to buy into the next round if they just go for a 1 full eco.
Again, Crizzen, he didn't need to peek there. He didn't have his teammate with him as he peeked in towards mid, but AVANGAR just keep winning the fight, so it doesn't matter too much. They are just, well, coming out on top a lot of the time, it seems. When they are the ones deciding how the fights are played, it seems like they are always getting it done. And now it is Sprouts getting it done. And now it is Sprout's turn to go for pistols, as you pointed out. Push going to come out through a long. Bit of team damage in the mix. Damage, though, done as Dennis does get the kill. Kicker is still in towards mid, so that's something they have to deal with, but Dennis does do that. He gets a second of the round. Eventually he's going to fall, but Crystal has that AWP in his hands. He already trades another one back, and now Buster and Demasic actually have a tough retake here, especially as Spiddy now takes down Buster. And Demasic has it all to do. He should get this kill onto NATO, but doesn't spot him out. That makes it much more difficult now.
Yeah, JM just completely caught off guard. They're trying to jump up on top of the van for some reason. I don't really think that was needed. Maybe he wanted to try and watch towards mid, but with his teammate in that close corner, all he really has to do is focus on long. And he's the first one to go down, and the round from that point kind of just spirals out of control. So good work by Sprout. They do manage to get themselves into the lead once again. They get a rifle, and they get 2 ops out of this one. So just a great round overall. The Vanguard, they save 1 M4, and I think with that one they may be able to scrape together a buy. No, actually not really. Yeah, I don't really think they can buy into this one. They have 1 player double eco, and I think because of that they may go ahead and invest everything they can, but it's not going to be very, very strong by means. They're going to have maybe 2 rifles, a couple of pistols, and an SMG, it seems. Here we go, tactical pop. Actually be called about Sprout, interesting enough.
Yeah, we've been using them a fair amount. I don't think AVANGAR used any of their pauses yet, although to be fair, they did win Mirage convincingly, so they didn't really need to. Maybe on Cobblestone we'll see a tactical pause come in at some point. But heading into round number 10, AVANGAR have elected to fully invest. They have only got the 1 rifle saved from the previous round. Oh, sorry, Jane also has an AWP. So there you go. I was going to say, it was looking like a really poor buy, but Jane gets the AWP at least. Let's see if he can make up for that mistake from the previous round, because he allowed A to be overwhelmed, and he is now, because of that, going to switch it up, position himself towards the B site, and maybe he'll have some more success here.
Yeah, still a situation where the winner of this round likely going to be able to force an eco, so neither team building up economy. Apparently we missed the fact that two players actually died to the bomb, so a bit of damage being found towards the end by the bomb. Helping out AVANGAR, but right now anyway, it is going to be Sprout just looking to try and show some presence on A, the bomb over in B halts. And this is just so good at pulling off the players. There's 4 players now on the A side of the map. Kicker starts it off well, Crystal trades it back. And the bomb actually trying to split in through connector towards A. What is this? They're going to walk directly into the stack. This could be very awkward right now. AVANGAR, they're in great positions. The bomb coming out of balcony, and it has now committed towards this A bomb site. Dennis, he gets taken down. Great shot from Buster. Innocent, luckily enough, trades back 1. And Crystal does the same. So still Sprout looking good, but as I say, that Buster again hits a second great shot with the dig. And now it's a 2-on-2. This is a very winnable situation. They know the position of 1 player, but they don't know James is going to be coming in on this flank rather. But they are cautious. Doesn't matter though. He connects the shot. Crystal falls, and NATO now left to try and clutch out a 1-on-2.
And Buster with some clinical kills with that dig, alongside Jane coming in from mid. And that means NATO. Oh, look at this position up on the back of this truck. I've never seen anyone play here, I don't think. He's not really getting too much from it, but peering over the top of the smoke allows the flick. A very quick flick at that, and now NATO will go back to the site. Jane pushing in, only has the AWP, the pistol out, and NATO Safix again steps up in the clutch. He's probably like one of the better AWPers in these clutch situations. It seems like he wins them fairly often, even though he's been struggling so far this game. He makes sure that Sprout can get their 6th round on the board, and even ensures that AVANGAR are stuck down to a very, very weak buy now.
Yeah, that was a crucial round for Sprout to take, because now they're able to build themselves up a strong T side. They have another easy chance into this one, I would say. 5p to 50 still, maybe some damage at least can be done if AVANGAR can keep the economy modest. Bring it down to just a couple of players surviving once again, that would be ideal. But right now, Sprout anyway taking this one slow. This time, a lot of players scripted towards B, and because of that, actually Kicker just pushed in behind. So potential for the fast flank, but as I say, that Dennis, he leads the way with the Mach 10, gets damage done. It's going to be traded out quite evenly, but still kills go in favour of the T side. There you have it, Innocent just cleaning up. Prison, last man standing, 4 points of HP and 3 players to find, and it will not happen. So Sprout get themselves up to 7. They lose a couple of rifles, but it's not too big of a deal. I know AVANGAR, they do get the buyback out once again, but it's not going to be perfect. You can see the rifles come out, but they have very little utility to work with.
Yeah, not a single diffuser. AVANGAR, an entire team full of losers that don't buy diffusers, clearly. It's probably a bit harsh, considering they won the first map and they're already 2-0 up. They're clearly not losers, but either way. We're heading back into this gun round with NATO already looking to peek mid. Ooh, gets the shot, but Jame will be very, very lucky that he survived there. Surviving on 12 HP after the AWP shot connected. That means that Quicker will have to do a lot of work on this A-hold because Jame would likely fall with just one shot. And there we go. Crystal already overwhelms him. The rotate coming in from Krizan. He's trying to line up the spray, but it's not going to happen. So the A site will be lost, and Crystal in position plays it perfectly. Easy kill for him, and the bomb will go down. It's actually planted for Crystal's position by Innocent there, I think.
Yeah, there you go. This gun round is going to go in favour of Sprout, it seems. It's going to go in favour of Sprout, it seems. We can see Demastic not even bothering to leave the B bomb site. Neither is Buster. So Sprout taking themselves up to 8, looking much, much better on Cobblestone right now. Let's see if they're going to be able to pull this one off, because AVANGAR saving 2 rifles at least, but I don't really think it's going to allow for much to be bought into this next one. So going to be a great position for Sprout to get themselves up to at least 9 in this first half. And as we said, it is a slightly biased map towards the T side, but not massively. So it's looking really good for the German side right now. And there you go, Innocent even able to deny that save for Buster. So Demastic, he looks like he'll be the only one that actually gets to carry over a rifle. And with $2,900 coming in per player, they are going to be not able to buy once again, as I said. So maybe just pistols and Kevlar around this one.
And again, it's Innocent stepping up, 17 kills on towards him in the first 12 rounds. Certainly has been impressing so far. And he seems to be the sort of X factor for Sprouts. When he shows up, they have a much better chance of winning. Nade's going to come out towards Black just to counter any aggression. It looks like Sprout are certainly aware this is a weak buy coming in from the CTs. They should also be aware that one rifle was saved, so they will be ready to try and counteract that. And ooh, Innocent again looking on point. Double spray down comes in. Really nice transfer between them. There goes Demastic. He has the rifle on the right site and he gets a second kill. That's Innocent dropped. Demastic could still do damage here. They're not trading. Finally, Dennis takes him down. He has delayed though. He's allowed the rotate to come in, but NATO was watching the flank. So Buster, he might be pushed in, but he won't be for much longer. Dennis secures the round win. Even though Demastic did get a couple of kills with the rifles, just no assistance for him from the pistol players. And now it's up to this buy. Again, by the way, just want to point out, James struggling in this series so far. 4 for 12 on Couble as well.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's struggling a bit more than the stats, because into that gun round, into that anti-eco round as well, where he got cut off on the van, that was a big mistake being made. That gave the opportunity for Sprout. They pounced on that, and because of that, now they're in the lead. If not, I think AVANGAR right now would probably be, the scoreline maybe wouldn't be this one-sided, but it would probably be AVANGAR slightly in the lead. And there you go, good start by Jame at least, but he does get caught off guard by Crystal, so the trade instantly comes in, and now it's all onto one player on the side of the map to try and hold it down. That's just going to be Kicker. He's in towards Wood, gets the first, but the spam from Dennis will be successful in finding a return. So 3-on-3 now, as Sprout should get themselves control of this A bomb site. Nice damage being done as well. Spiddy and Dennis are so low. But as I say that, Innocent returns it, and now it's all onto Innocent once again. 1-on-2 gets the first, and he's been stepping it up massively so far throughout this map, and let's see if he can clutch it out once again to bring Sprout up to double digits. Gets the damage initially done onto Buster, holds the angle and spams away, but now he is actually going to be forced back off of it. A minute remaining, so he's not really in too much of a rush to get the bomb planted. And Buster knows that, so for now he's just going to hang back, wait and see if Dennis does, if Innocent rather decides to push forward. And as he hears the bomb being put down now, he will position with the up towards the balcony now. And Innocent actually peeking over towards the other side of this wall, towards Broken. He's getting himself into a great position. Oh, he's jumping up on top of the roof. Innocent, this is brilliant. He should be able to find it, but no, he gets spotted out, but it doesn't matter. Buster misses the shot. And there you go, Innocent clutches it out. 3 kills in that round to bring himself up to a total of 22.5. 22 kills in 14 rounds. Innocent right now is having a spectacular performance.
I was fully clenched there. That was close, wasn't it? Just about the clutch coming in for Innocent. And as you were saying, 22 kills. Not a bad half, and he could even extend it further here. There's one more round left, and AVANGAR don't have the best of buys. Not a single premium rifle, just FAMASs for 4 players, alongside an MP9. So certainly a chance for Innocent to extend his scoreline even further. Sprout currently leaning over towards the A bomb site. Innocent currently not with the rest of the team. He's sticking over towards B, just seeing if any aggression comes through there. However, it looks as though if Sprout commits to the A push, Jame will be in a lot of trouble. He's currently not watching in towards A long. So if the push came through there, he would pretty quickly be flanked, and the A site would be entirely lost. And now Bust has just spotted out Innocent, so that could give AVANGAR the wrong idea. Not rotate towards A, but they see one man towards B. Innocent isn't really pushing, he's just sticking around towards B plat, but there we go, they find the first kill. However, in the meantime, the A play comes in. You see AVANGAR now aware of this, but Jame gets caught off guard first.
Prison does find one trade though, but as you'd expect, the rifles end up winning out most of the duel, so man advantage goes in favour of Sprout. They should be able to get this bomb planted, and it's going to be up to Buster and Demasic on the retake without a defuse kit, and they have to go for it last round of this first half. And Sprout are looking so much better now coming onto Cobblestone, likely to get themselves an 11-4 lead after their T-side showing, unless Buster and Demasic can pull off a bit of a miracle, which I don't really see happening. Demasic creeping his way up through mid right now, no one from Sprout really shot himself down in a great position. But this often they have Buster fault, so Demasic 1 on 3. And time is slowly ticking away. He's now being spotted, gets one, spotted the second player as well and does a bit of damage, but he himself now is being flanked. And Crystal from behind should be able to display the time, doesn't matter, not really needed. Dennis goes for the peak and wins it out. So there you have it, Sprout up to 11. Much better showing on the Cobblestone than Mirage.
Yeah, this was certainly the most likely map for Sprout in this series, but we'll see if they can close it out fully after this quick break.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Thank you. We are just about to get back into the action, and yeah, as Hawk has said just before the break, let's see if Sprout are going to actually be able to close this one out, because they definitely started off well to get themselves that 11-4 lead, and it's just looking so much better. They're looking like a completely different team right now. Innocent on 22 kills, and Dennis as well on 20, so that's worth mentioning also. He's been having a great performance. You said he is a player that can also step it up, and right now it is Innocent and Dennis just kind of carrying all the weight throughout that T side, and let's see if they're going to be able to continue it on the CT side. AVANGAR now, as always it seems, just going for 5 sets of Kevlar coming into this pistol, being confident in their individual ability. And let's see, Crystal with a defuse kit, Spitty with a grenade and a CZ, and Crystal also has that smoke to work with. So AVANGAR into this round anyway, it's looking like it's going to be a play towards the A side of the map. NATO Safix gets aggressive, and he also gets himself an opening kill. So first blood being found for Sprout into this round, and AVANGAR now on the back foot once again.
Yeah, Dennis has, I think, been a little quieter in the way he's got his kills. I think the impact frags we've seen often from Innocent, but Dennis has just always been there, solid, getting the kills through. And yeah, that's clearly showing up on the scoreboard. He's only 2 behind Innocent, who we've been talking about. And there goes Dennis again. Clinical shot there. 1 bullet is all he needs to take down the opponent. And that leaves AVANGAR in a 3v5, where they are a little desperate. Crystal going to spot the players out in towards drop. That could prompt the rotate over, and you can see the players at door ready to hold this off. Ready to go back, and the CZ of Spitty gets a 2k. Again, he's loving that CZ on the pistol round. Seems to work pretty well for him, and again, Sprouts now surely should be able to close this out. As long as they don't lose to this force buy, they're going to be in great shape.
Yeah, looking like Sprout are going to be able to bring this over towards another map, unless AVANGAR can pull off a great comeback on this T side. And with this force buy now, maybe they have a bit of a chance if this force buy works out, perhaps. But if not, Sprout should be running away with a most likely 14-4 lead. So let's see, Crystal leading the way with the Deagle. And he does actually spot out that first player and get the kill, but Crystal, luckily enough, finds the trade almost instantly. So a 4-on-4 still in play. Normally I would say this would favour the T side, but with them not really having the best weaponry, Sprout are still in a pretty decent position. That weapon though, not really retrievable either for AVANGAR, which is a bit of a problem, but it seems like they have an idea about where they want to bring this one right now. They group up towards the drop room with 4 players, or at least with 3 players it seems, a couple over towards long. And look at that damage being found, but because of that now Crystal gets rushed down, the nade goes into place, but it's a little bit too late. Gets the damage though, which makes it a bit easier for Spiddy, who closes it down with a 3k, and now it's all on the Buster. So he's creeped his way out on the pizza, but his position is known, and Spiddy with 4 to close that round out. Nice performance there, and Sprout get themselves a 13-4 lead as I said, and now they're up against a full eco, so it should be Sprout actually taking a 10-round lead.
Yeah, Spittle.
Spittle?
I was trying to say Spiddy, but apparently I said Spittle.
Is that a word? I think
it
is. It is. I just don't know what it is.
It's actually a discount Lidl.
Spittle?
Yeah. It's like cheap knockoff version of Lidl, and Lidl's already very cheap, so...
Yeah. I told you the story about the Lidl where I live. But there we go, now Safix gets himself 2. And at the same time, another couple of players were able to chime in from Sprout. So only on the Buster, 1-on-5, he has a Glock, and if he pulls this off, he will be the Pistol King. But no, it's not going to happen. Spiddy wins it out. And he builds himself up a lot of money on those anti-ecos. He only has 5450, interestingly enough, actually. Considering he got the 4k in the previous round and just 1 there, he should have maybe had a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. He actually, interestingly enough, gets dropped over a rifle. And it is going to be the double up setup coming out for Nato, Safix, and Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. Pretty similar to Spittle, actually. Sound pretty similar, at least. No, seriously though, back into this one. This is an important gun round. AVANGAR need to win this. Don't have too many nades to do it though. Gonna have to rely on the aim, and as you were saying, the AWPs could certainly have a lot of impact. Without those nades on the T side, it should be pretty easy for those AWPs at long range to just hold down angles. We are going to see the AWP of NATO Safix in towards mid, while Crystal has his positioned over towards B plat. And he is now going to start peeking thanks to that deep smoke. So that will be some information gained for Sprout, because AVANGAR have very little presence there. And AVANGAR will now try to go back towards A, but they're going to have to contend with that AWP of NATO Safix. He is likely to be the first man on that A hold.
Great start there by Crystal. He opens this one up on the kicker over towards B. So the lurker already taken out a round, and I think because of that, AVANGAR now just going to try and immediately commit towards the A bomb site, where so far it's not really working out. Dennis only gets 1 though, which means that it will be now an equal situation. 2-on-2. And Innocent and Crystal left to try and go for this retake bomb. Yet to be planted though, of course. And I think Innocent is going to push forward and actually try and deny this. And let's see if it's going to work out successfully. He spots 1 player on the bomb site. If he had continued to fight, perhaps it would have been possible to drop the bomb before it made its way onto the site itself. But he allows for the bomb plant to go down now, and Crystal and Innocent, they just have to work together for this one. Crystal on the flank though. Innocent being very cautious. Has he spotted at the head? Yeah, he has indeed. So he gets himself that opening kill, and now Demastic left to clutch it in 1-on-2. So great position for Sprout to get themselves a map point. And let's see if it's going to happen. Flashes go in. They know Crystal now is going to be coming in on his flank. But Demastic in towards Wood, it's not really the safest position, because he can just get spammed down, and you can also get caught off guard like that. So Crystal, he wins that out, and Sprout now 1 round away from being able to force this onto another map, and actually get themselves at least 1 map in this best of 5.
Yeah, finally get a map on the board. Both AWPs will be safe. That's why the defuse was being delayed. It will still be a buy for AVANGAR here. It wasn't necessary that they went for this with the bomb plants, because it means their buy is basically the same as the one they just had in the previous round, where they have almost no nades to work with. And again, up against the 2 AWPs, it's really difficult to actually take down those AWPers. In the previous round, they managed to take down NATO because he was playing a position in towards mid where he couldn't really fall back to a long-range angle after missing the first. However, if the AWPs just hold from fairly far back, there's not much that AVANGAR can do unless they hit some incredible shots. The flash is being thrown out already, so it looks like AVANGAR want to line up the push, but as I was saying, easy kill for Crystal early into the round. You can see AVANGAR looking a little bit tentative. They don't fully commit to the reface because they don't know how to deal with that AWP. Now Buster gets that entry elsewhere, but Crystal still looking to lock this down. Has to watch back towards drop as well, so he's watching 2 positions at once, and ooh, Crystal misses the flick. He's rattling off the shot there, trying to get one through the coop. Trade's going back and forth as this happens. Crystal finally gets a 2nd kill through. That's Buster who falls. It's looking good for Sprout to close this map. Just Demastic left.
Yeah, Dimasic all alone. Once again, this time he's in a 1-on-3 and he has to clutch it out to try and save it. And there we go, he gets the first 2 kills actually, manages to get Innocent as well. So NATO Safik's last man standing, spots the cross and doesn't actually manage to connect the shot. So in with a chance now for Dimasic, peeks in to try and take this fight. And you can see NATO just push up against the rock now. Trying to play time, he knows the general position of Dimasic, but he decides to just back off instead and play this one a little bit safer, which should allow for Dimasic to now get the bomb plant. So let's see, he's 100% aware now that the bomb site is going to be the position for Dimasic, but he actually does manage to slightly creep off to the side now and get himself into a pretty solid position to try and clutch this one out from. So let's see, NATO pushing in, CZ in hand, and only a single bullet needs to be connected, and you can see Dimasic being very cautious right now, expecting NATO to wrap around the block position instead, and NATO, he's going to clear it. There you have it. Sprout, they take themselves this map, and it is going to be a 16-4 scoreline. So Sprout keep themselves alive for the moment. They get themselves one map to work with. And now it is a total of a 2-1 scoreline. It's still in favour of AVANGAR, but we're going to send it back to the desk quickly before we return with some more Counter-Strike action.
Thank you guys. 16-4. Sprout takes a map from AVANGAR, cuts down their lead to 2-1. So 16-4. Who would have thought? Like,
yeah, I mean, great comeback by Sprout into this match, definitely. I mean, we said that Couble is statistically one of their better maps, if not the best, and they managed to practically sweep AVANGAR on Couble. I mean, everything was fine for AVANGAR until they lost that full eco round from Sprout. Sprout had basically only P250s and Deagles. On the other side, AVANGAR full utility, 2 AWPs, 3 M4s, and they've let control of A long, which is I'm not really a fan of at those rounds, because you don't have really information if they're running towards you immediately on A side, and that's what Sprout did. They basically just ran around A long and caught Jame, I think, off guard on A side, trying to get on that SWAT. And immediately he gets killed. That's AWP for Crystal. Crystal uses that one to get 2 more kills. NATO gets one with Deagle, if I'm not mistaken, and everything falls apart for AVANGAR. It was 3-4 or 4-3 for AVANGAR at that point, and after that, not a single round for AVANGAR. And basically, that's what those rounds do to you. You can't really recover from that. You were full. With full utility, full buy and everything, and you lose a round just because you didn't have control of A long and one of your players decided to do parkour on sites. Definitely not working out in the end, and also really great play and great comeback by Sprout. I actually did not expect them to come back in this style and win it 16-4.
pretty much nobody did. Matt, what do you think about this sweep from Sprout?
There's nothing much to say that Rema didn't. They just controlled the Couble. They controlled the whole map correctly. They didn't let AVANGAR pass that easily, and even if they die, they get a refrag, and you just start over, and you gotta control. You dictate the tempo, and you just AVANGAR plays how you play. If you're playing fast, they gotta adjust to that type of playing, and just they didn't do it well.
Is there any specific player on the side of Sprout that overperformed, that brought them to victory, or do you think like all of them actually performed really good?
I think they all performed good, but of course Innocent was a beast on this map, and you just gotta let him know that he's most impactful player on that team for the Couble.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Innocent definitely having a huge performance for Sprout, but overall I would say that everyone deserved at least mention from Sprout, because for example NATO had really good clutch with AWP 1v2 on A side. Then a couple of players also you see from the end there, NATO once again clutching one-on-one. So everything is practically working out for Sprout, especially that T side. I think T side definitely brought them the win. Maybe if they started City side, it could have been a different story for AVANGAR, because they're kind of more explosive, I would say. But
they even get to choose, right? They won the ninth round.
Yeah, I mean, you usually go for City side just because it's harder side to play. But still, if you manage to get at least 5 to 6 rounds or even 7 on City side, is more than enough. And AVANGAR unfortunately did not do it.
They had, they had one problem. Buster had a 1v1 and he was on the balcony with an AVP. And
against Innocent, right?
Yeah, Innocent was creeping around on that hut, and Buster decided to flick and not to adjust the crosshair on him and just fire and kill him, take that 1v1 and take a round. He managed to miss that, of course, and they lost that round because of it. Maybe it could have gone different if he won that, but who knows.
Well, I mean, now it's 2-1. Pretty much before this map, everybody thought AVANGAR would completely destroy Sprout. Now Sprout shows some signs of life. We are going for a short commercial break, but stay with us. We are coming back shortly for the next map, which is going to be Train.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet. Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching GG Origin, also qualifier for IEM Sydney. Currently the decider match of Group B between AVANGAR and Sprout. It's a best of 5. AVANGAR is leading 2-1. Sprout is finally showing some signs of life, taking their first map. The next map is going to be Train. Matt, what do you think? The next map Train, can Sprout do the same as they did on Couble?
Sprout had a bad result on Train recently. They lost a couple of it in a row maybe, I don't really know now. But I know they had bad games on it, and yesterday I think they won against Epsilon just because Epsilon is not good on it. And we can, I don't know, AVANGAR isn't very special, and well known for playing Train, but it can go both sides.
Okay, Rema, before previous map you gave some amazing insights into how they should come back. They did it. They destroyed AVANGER, so what do you have to tell them now?
To Sprout or AVANGER?
To Sprout. I mean, they're still losing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're still down, but I would say they have a bit of advantage now. You can basically see from AVANGER's play, if you compare Mirage and Couble, even though, yeah, Couble is not maybe the most played map for AVANGER, and they definitely are not playing Couble like they play Mirage, but they were good at one point, as we mentioned, until that thing happened with Eco. And I would say they got kind of tilted, because you can see players, even that Matt mentioned, that flick from James or Buster, yeah, with AWP. You don't usually see those kind of plays, especially when it's important. Yeah, it was 10-4 already for Sprout, but it could have been 10-5. Maybe AVANGER gets a pistol round, that's 10-8. If they get the 2 following rounds, and they can basically bring up the momentum. My brain liked a bit, and definitely I would say that now Sprout, after winning Couble, they have an edge moving forward, and Train is one of the better maps for Sprout, even though maybe statistically not so, but they've been playing quite a good teams at Major, for example, on Train, so maybe those statistics lie a bit.
Skewed a bit because they play
but if after they brought in NATO, Suffix and Inc. They've been playing that Train quite well, especially with him bringing that AWP for them. But I would say that Sprout just need to be aggressive once again, because that's what brought them the victory in Couble. Those basically confidence coming out of all players and going for those duels rather than avoiding them and waiting for something to happen and react to it. They have really good players in the team. They can definitely do it. They can go against AVANGER and take this Train away from them.
So, Matt, anything else to add?
Not much else, but they individually played for big teams and they know how Train works, and I guess we will see the good game now.
Okay, so let's give some predictions after the previous one, which was very hard to guess. Let's see how you're gonna fare.
I'll go with 16-10 for Sprout.
16-10 for Sprout, nice.
I'm staying with AVANGER, so 16-13.
16-13. Okay, I like this. The panel is split 1-1.
He wants his money.
Yeah, he does. By the way, I just wanted to mention again for anyone who missed it previously, GGBet is organizing 3 awards for the players of this tournament called MVP, Op King and Pistol Master. And the important part about these rewards is that you guys choose, so go over to GGBet and vote for the players you think deserve them the most. The awards are $2,000 and Manufacturer Shield souvenir for each of them, so head over now and vote. The game is ready, so casters, Hoka and Dean, take it away now.
Thank you guys. We are here for the third map that's going to be played, but it's a 2-1 scoreline already, thanks to that 1 map advantage for AVANGER. So they are still in pretty good shape. Remember, that 1 map advantage for AVANGER. So they are still in pretty good shape. Remember, that was Sprout's map pick, so even though it was very one-sided, heading into Train, this is more sort of getting into the middle ground of both teams, a map where they're both pretty good on this map. But I think, to be honest, AVANGER are still going to be favourites here for me. Their recent form on Train has actually been pretty impressive. They beat Imperial 16-5. They managed to beat Epsilon as well the other day in this tournament as well. So some really solid results from AVANGER, and I still think they're going to take this series. What about you, Dean?
Yeah, I still think they are. They had a bit of a poor showing over on Cobblestone, but even then, you can still see mistakes being made from the Sprout side. It's not like they played perfectly, just Innocent and Dennis had an amazing game, and I don't know if they can keep that up consistently. And now coming into Train, a map where AVANGER are favoured, it's just going to be difficult. I still see AVANGER being able to take this. I said 3-0, but I think 3-1 now. I think Sprout, they've probably put all of their energy into that previous map.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning, up against Imperial earlier today, Sprout really struggled at the start of Train. They lost the first half 13-2. That was their T side, where they only got 2 rounds, and they nearly brought it back They ended up losing 16-14, so they had a really strong CT side, but Sprout looked awful on that T side. So if they start T side again, that's something to certainly watch out for. If they get off to a slow start, they could really be in trouble. So this knife round actually is really, I think, rather important.
Yeah, also worth noting, I think AVANGAR are a much more solid T-sided team than Imperial. They've just been together for a lot longer. They have everything kind of drilled into place, and yeah, of course, Imperial, they have a lot of firepower, so that is something that they kind of have to counter out. But let's see now, this knife round, it is going to be important, as you said. Sprout not too great on the T side earlier on, and actually Jaime manages to clutch that one. So AVANGAR, they are going to go ahead and stay on CT, and I think this is even more of a reason now why I think AVANGAR are probably going to be able to close it out in this map. Sprout, maybe if they get off to a good start, I could see that being possible. Innocent once again, if he steps it up, if NATO Safix joins in, if Dennis, if he performs like he did in the previous match, with just being consistent, getting those 1 to 2 kills every round, then certainly Sprout can do this one, but I still myself would favour AVANGAR.
And we've already seen AVANGAR be willing to double up on Cobblestone, so certainly it's going to be the 2 AWPs coming out on Train as well. I would assume, as long as they can get the money built up, of course, which I think should be happening. I would like to see them save pretty heavily to get those AWPs if they really want them, because I think that's absolutely fine to do. If you lose the pistol round, having 2 players saved isn't an awful idea. And here we go. Heading into the action, Sprout are going to slowly but surely buy up. I was going to say, we see a lot of utility quite often from Sprout, and Crystal has already dropped a P250 as well as buying some nades, but he's the only one investing, so just a smoke and a flash. AVANGAR in the meantime do have the kit on towards Jane, and Sprout are sticking together as they move slowly but surely in towards Brown Halls.
Yeah, and it looks like they just want to go straight towards this B bomb site, and the CTs, they've got a bit of info. They heard the footsteps because of the players pushed up towards Pop Dog, but as I said, that James actually does rotate back over, so once again, it's just going to be Demasic alone towards B. He's playing extremely passively, and this should give a really good opportunity for Sprout to at least get the bomb planted in this situation. And they tend to go very aggressive in these afterplants as well. They tend to like to push up towards connector, and that's what they're doing exactly. They're getting themselves that map control to work with. Bomb going to be planted for the back lines, and if the Glocks and P250s up close, let's see what they can actually find. Nice trade comes in by Dennis. They have Safix with 1 on the Buster as well, but actually, as I say that, AVANGAR are able to step it up and reclaim the man advantage. So now Spitty and NATO Safix left to try and clutch this one out, and let's see if they're going to be able to pull it off. Not a great start. Damage being done to NATO, down to 72 players peek him, and it's too much for him to handle. All onto Spitty and a 1-on-3.
Well, he's peeking in and out, trying to deny the defuse, and he's doing so for the time being. Still no defuse coming through. Spitty just playing the time, but he won't be for much longer. Kill comes in, and Jaime arrives with the kit to secure the round win. Pretty decent idea there from Sprouts, but you kind of saw the players got stuck in the middle of the site where they were trying to watch the bomb from those sort of back trains, but they were caught off guard from both sides. So they had 2 angles to fight from. We saw NATO Safix in particular having to really sort of look back and forth consistently throughout that round, and that made it a lot harder for them. Either way, though, the bomb plant is a bonus. They get to save 1 and buy into the upcoming rounds. And AVANGAR are pretty aware of that, going for a fair few SMGs, looking to build up some cash. They would likely, save these SMGs into the next round as well and not upgrade them. So that's something worth mentioning, as Buster nearly gets caught out, but pulls out his gun in time. There's a double spray down for him. Elsewhere, the A push coming through, but the 1M4 is on the site. So it looks as though this round is finished.
Yeah, seems to be the case anyway. Maybe if he planted it for the connector, for the back of the train, he would have had a chance to get this down, but you see, he doesn't really have an opportunity to even push forward. He's towards E-Box, and also Demasic was pushed up close, but somehow finds that 1 kill. I'm not quite sure how that happens. He only had the Glock, but it's not going to really too impactful in the long run. He does get taken down, and the FAMAS will be retrieved. So there you have it. Jaime picks that up, and Sprout now, they have the full investment coming in. They have all the AKs. Crystal should have one as well, but decides to go down towards the Galil instead, so that allows for some extra utility to be purchased up, and it's not really too big of a deal considering you can see AVANGAR themselves bring over some weaker weaponry. So, coming into this first gun round now, let's see if Sprout can get off to a good start in this map.
And AVANGAR only ended up saving the 1 MP9, so I was assuming they would keep their SMGs, but they didn't have the option to. They had to
dropped one for the FAMAS.
Did they?
Yeah,
right, the end of that
Jaime dropped his for the FAMAS, and whoever else had an MP9 must have dropped it back to Jaime. And he get the FAMAS to prison, so
Wait, I thought they only saved 3 guns, right?
What was Dennis doing? Did he just shoot the wall? Once?
I think so.
What was that?
Really know. Maybe he hit his mouse and his keyboard. I didn't really see.
I don't know. That was a weird one. If anyone in the chat knows what was going on right there, I'm presuming he was playing anti-flash, but he shut the wall for some reason, which confused me. And then because of that, James just walked in and took the kill. So good work from AVANGAR to get themselves a 1-man advantage in this round, and Sprout on the back foot now in a 4-on-5. Seem to be just split up holding the default at the moment, and they're not really trying to work picks on any part of the map either. They're playing very passively. They were expecting the aggression to come in, and it did, and it just allowed for James to upgrade his way towards an AK. And there's some damage onto Innocent as well, so not a great start to this round for Sprout.
NATO Sapphics also loses that duel as Buster peeks in towards him. We are going to see the push come in towards A main. Guys, we're not questioning the anti-flash, we're questioning him shooting the wall.
Yeah, I even mentioned, I presume he was playing anti-flash, but for some reason he shot the wall. And when he shot the wall, James knew, okay, he's standing there and he's not looking at me because he just shot metal. So he just walked in and got the kill. See, look, there's a bullet hole. You saw Spitty just walk past it.
By the way, Spitty left in a 1-on-5 after spotting out Dennis's bullet hole. He's got 5 opponents to try and take down, and with the flank coming in...
Yeah, there it is, look. You can see it on Kicker's screen.
I can see it. Good kill from Kicker. It is going to be a 3-0 lead for AVANGAR. So into round 4, Sprout straight back down to pistols, and this is working pretty well for AVANGAR. They haven't had to buy up the AWPs yet. This is another chance for them to build up some money. Jane decides to buy the AWP in this round, which is a little unnecessary, but at the same time, it's fine if you want to hold from far back against the pistols. He shouldn't be in too much trouble, as long as he doesn't lose that AWP, of course, which shouldn't be happening. And we will see Sprout spread out. I don't like Buster playing in this smoke. This is such a risk, but never mind. He spots out Dennis and gets the opening kill. So the risk pays off. He gets the one frag through. In the meantime, though, Crystal tries to get the entry, but Demasic takes him down as well.
Yeah, and NATO Sapphics low also, so looking good once again into this round for AVANGAR. Spitty trying to work a pick with the dig, as is Innocent, and he has a bit of an opportunity. There you go, he takes down James. Up, dropped, sadly not retrievable. Still, it looks like the HP should be just slowly chipped away for the remaining Sprout players. Innocent, he's the healthiest with 55, and Demasic finds that kill. So NATO Sapphics on 4 HP, and the same amount of opponents to try and find into this one. So very unlikely. Has the bomb at least in his possession, the only silver lining I can currently see. And let's see where he's going to bring this one. Looks like he just wants to try and make his way back up through the B halls and aim to at least get the bomb plant, I guess. An extra $800 per player would be a pretty nice find.
Now you can see AVANGAR just trying to make sure that doesn't happen, though. They're sticking with 2 players on towards each site, so they should be fine. There's 4 HP left on NATO, as you also pointed out, so this will be pretty easy, you would assume. 30 seconds left. NATO going to slowly but surely walk his way over towards B. Demasic and Crizan there, I don't see anything happening, but maybe NATO can prove me wrong. I don't know how he would. He's going to go towards upper, which is actually the better option here, just because if he peeked in towards ramp, he's almost certainly dead straight away. But Crizan is also locking down this position, and there we go, the AWP finishes him off. So AVANGAR already up to a 4-0 lead. I'll be interested to see if they decide to go for 2 AWPs here, because it's certainly an option, but no, they don't. They stick with the one on towards Jane, and now it's Sprout's turn to see what they buy. And NATO does go for the AWP without the Kevlar. Certainly a worthwhile investment, especially because he had a pretty good spawn. He can go into A main, see if he can get an opening pick, but it doesn't look like that will be coming through just yet.
Oh, there we go. Finally, though, Innocent going to be able to open this one up. Walks out towards the A-bomb site, and actually Dennis is going to be the one to strike on towards Crizan. So trades back and forth into a 3-on-3. And as I said, actually, NATO Sapphics out the strike, so back in favour of Sprout. Demasic and James, though, they are both in position to try and hold down this A-bomb site, and that's a good start. The quick headshot comes in. I think now with that, we are going to see Sprout just try and make their way back towards the B-bomb site.
And really, Sprout are just going to have to talk about how they can break this defense, because so far, I don't know, they haven't really gone for too many sort of full-on executes. They could try that with the smokes over the top towards A. Something like that wouldn't be a bad idea, but they haven't really been able to either. but they haven't really been able to even get too near the bomb site. I mean, they did get the bomb down there, but it never felt like they were going to really win that round.
Yeah, especially with we seen D-Mystic just been able to creep up and take down NATO Sapphix. Innocent, he wasn't really able to hang around. There was a smoke for a while down towards the lower ramp, so he maybe could have stuck around and held that position, but yeah, just NATO Sapphix, he wasn't able to get the weapon out in time. D-Mystic drops him, and then Innocent on 20 HP. There's basically nothing he can do. That round probably should have been over easier than it was. With the Molotov down, the bomb likely could have just been stuck. I guess they weren't really 100% aware of Innocent was still on the lower ramp, so it was probably the safer way to approach it. But now into this Sprout, at least with the bomb plant, as you said, they get themselves a full buy, they get the rifles, and they get a decent amount of utility, and actually a bit of presence being put over towards A, but it seems so far to be a bit of a fake. You can see a lot of utility going to be thrown out by AVANGAR, and Sprout now just making their way out through upper B, and the only player to try and hold this is D-Mystic. He now has some assistance, and a Molotov going down, some damage being connected, and Innocent is actually the first one to find an opening kill, so he's allowed to push now into the back lines, where he is going to be able to find more. Jame falls, as does Chris into Dennis, and this is looking good for Sprout finally. They get themselves a quick 3-man advantage, and the bomb planted now on the B-bomb site. Basically impossible for Buster and Kickard.
Yeah, that felt like a much more structured round from Sprout. I guess because they called the timeout, obviously they were discussing what they wanted to do. So they had the smokes ready to go out towards B, and because the push was so fast-paced, AVANGAR couldn't get into position in time. As soon as those two openings come in, it's easy for Sprout to take the round. They will be trying to make sure they save as many guns as possible, though. Remember, their money still is pretty poor. Innocent does have $4,000 in the bank, but other than that, there's nothing really considerable. So they make sure they save all 4 guns. On the AVANGAR side, they will also be able to reinvest, but they're going to spend a lot of their money here. So this now becomes a really rather important round. The loser of this will be in a somewhat awkward position. They certainly won't get a full buy. Sprout have a bit more money in the bank, though, so they could be okay if they were to lose the round. And heading into round 7, let's see how this one plays out, because AVANGAR have finally gone for those 2 orbs.
Yeah, and one goes aggressive. Innocent seems to be expecting this one. And ooh, a nice nade goes in, but he needs to be cautious as well if D-Mystic gets aggressive. But that's such an amazing play from Innocent. He gets both, and the B-bomb site now is open. We can see they're going to make their way immediately out. Kickard lines them up, but it's not going to be more than a single frag to be found. And now Sprout with a bomb plant going down once again on this B-bomb site. And AVANGAR now, they are in hot water. I think this is going to be the round, and this is likely going to be the economy for AVANGAR broken. Sprout in a good position to start building up some T rounds now.
Yeah, that was really nice from Innocent there to line it up. I didn't quite see if he spotted the shoulder of Jane, but I don't think he did. It almost looked like a read from Innocent there. Either way, just going to be Buster and Krizan trying to hold on to what they can. Spiddy with the backstab. 1 bullet executes him from behind, so the AWP is lost. Unfortunately for Krizan, that means he just has to save the M4. There's no chance for him to be able to pick up that AWP that was dropped. Could see Sprout go for it. I don't think they should, but it's an option for them. You can see they just want the 1 AWP, though, as you would expect. So Sprout starting to work their way back into this game, and as was pointed out previously, AVANGAR are now in a position where they can't go for a full buy, and now it's AVANGAR taking the tactical timeout. So maybe they are discussing how much they want to buy here.
Yeah, I don't really think they should be buying. I think they should probably just go for the 1 eco. If they buy here and lose this one, then that's a great position for Sprout to actually go ahead and bring it back to likely a 4th round for themselves. Oh, likely a 5th rather, because if they bought into this, then they'd be on 1 eco. Sprout would be able to most likely equalise the scoreline. So yeah, I'd say go for the 1 eco now, get the full buyout into the following round, and then just try and get themselves stabilised once again on the CT side, because it's not really too late. Sprout, they've built up a bit of economy, of course. But still, they're only on 2 rounds currently. Good chance to bring it up to 3 at least, but they do have to go ahead and contest up against the pistols and the rifle saved by Krizan. So still a good chance for AVANGAR to at least get some damage done in this round, if not have a bit of an opportunity to try and take it for themselves.
Yeah, I think especially the Force buy not as worthwhile, because even if Sprout were to lose to the Force, they would still have another buy back. And it wouldn't be a position where you can all of a sudden turn the tides of the game. So I certainly think I agree with this decision. AVANGAR not fully investing. They've maybe invested slightly too much here. That could come into play into the future, but let's see how this round plays out, because the CZs already get up close. Crystal is the first man caught out in the open. Innocent looking for a kill elsewhere, not quite going to find it as Kickert also goes aggressive. The CZ nearly gets the chance, but he just sneaks away with the AK. So an extra rifle recovered and a good start for AVANGAR.
Yeah, good start indeed. Weapon is going to be retrieved by Kickert, so an AK now in play as well. So this is looking pretty good for Sprout. Dennis also falls. That's only an MP7, but it's a good two-man advantage in play for AVANGAR. Doesn't last for too long. Spiddy now also making his way in towards the back line. Spots out one player, flicks over to take the fight against Kickert. And he does come out on top of that one. So back into an equal situation. And Spiddy just in a great spot in the back lines right now. He can just be such a nuisance in the side of AVANGAR, which will allow for the teammates to push out towards the B-bomb site. Bomb now planted. And as said, Spiddy in the back line is in such a solid position to just cut off these rotates, but he has to be cautious. There is a player coming in from behind, and that's James. Once again, though, returned by NATO.
Ooh, Buster sneaking up here. He needs to make sure he doesn't make any noise, and oh, Innocent goes walking into the open. It's NATO Safix now with the AWP who has to hold this off. Prison's pushing in towards him. NATO gets caught out, and they have the kit, they have the time, and they have the round. AVANGAR managing to pull it off. 6-2 will be the score now. The AWP also saved. And that means that Sprout, I mean, they still have money for a buy, but it means that AVANGAR are already getting off to a decent lead. We'll get to see the buyback from Sprout. As we were saying, they've got good money built up. But credit to AVANGAR, they managed to pull that round off. And that was in a big part due to that early aggression. They got that early man advantage, and that really helped them out. We'll get to see the buyback from Sprout. As we were saying, they've got good money built.
Yeah, just AVANGAR pulled that round off somehow. As I said, though, Sprout, they had built up a bit of economy, so they are still able to buy into this one. And let's see if they're going to be able to record it once again, or if AVANGAR will begin to run away with the lead. It goes in, doesn't do too much substantial damage, right? Spiddy only down to 89, so not too big of a deal, but it does allow those M4s to basically function as AK round off somehow. As I said, though, Sprout, they had built a bit of economy, so they are seeing from map control. Crystal flashing the pop dog, and a successful opening pick on towards Prison. So good start in this round, at least by Sprout, to get themselves the man advantage. And they have a lot of time to try and work on it to actually capitalise.
Yeah, AVANGAR deciding to go for 3 towards B, leaving Buster alone on A. Certainly is a risk, and I think there's been a smoke down ramp from Sprout, but there hasn't been much more, so I'm surprised to see such a heavy stack. Buster has already spotted one man out, but the backstab comes in, and the rotation will not be quick enough. They're in towards Connector, but they're not going to get in towards the site. So Sprout with the man advantage can get the bomb down shortly. The bomb was fairly far back, so they had to make sure they recover that one. That does allow AVANGAR to sort of line up their positions to try and get this retake successfully. However, in a 3 versus 4, they're going to need some kills, and Kicker survives on 1 HP. There we go, he falls. And Sprout just overwhelmed that A site.
Yeah, instantly going to be a reset now coming in towards the economy of AVANGAR, and they have a little bit of economy available, so if they can save the op, we would probably see a buy coming out, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. You can see Crystal, he's on the hunt, as are a few players towards the back lines, towards the old bomb trade. We see also Innocent coming in, so yeah, it's not going to happen. He's forced to push forward into the crosshair of Crystal, and Sprout get themselves a 3rd round and break the economy of AVANGAR. As I said, only a couple players have enough to buy, and I think because of that they are actually going to go for it. A double op comes out, Buster and James. And to back that up, it is going to be 3 CZs, so it's basically a full buy. Let's just put it that way.
With 2 AWPs and 3 CZs on the AVANGAR side of things, they'll see what they can get done. Buster and James have been decent so far, but not outstanding. So let's see if they can step it up. James already gets the first. Oh, there's a team kill in the mix. Dennis had to shoot Prison through Innocent's head. James gets another kill back, and it's a 2-man advantage now for AVANGAR. There goes NATO eventually getting that trade through, but the damage is already done. Sprout have the man disadvantage. At the same time, the weapons aren't recoverable for AVANGAR, so they only have the 1 AWP left in play alongside the CZs. You can already see, though, Quicker on the flank gets an easy frag from behind. I don't know if he spotted the bomb, but Buster certainly has. Easy flick from him. AVANGAR, with their full investment, managed to get the round to go their way. And again, Sprout, just as it looks like they're about to gain control, lose out another round. And now they need to win this one against a full buy of AVANGAR.
Yeah, they have a decent buy themselves. Yeah, someone pointed that out and thought I was being serious. I was being sarcastic because of how overpowered the CZ has been since players realised it was still really good as basically a primary weapon. So yeah, let's see. Sprout, as you said, they are going to be up against a full buy, but they have one of their own. The only real weakness is having that Galil on towards Spiddy. Other than that, they have the op, they have the rifles, they have a decent amount of utility, and they have a good chance to try and get themselves this round back. If not, AVANGAR, if they can try and chain them together, they should be able to break the economy. Let's see though, because recently anyway, Sprout, they've stepped it up on this T side. Let's see if they can continue to do so. Right now, they do seem to favour over towards this B bomb site, and it seems like AVANGAR have a bit of a raid on this one. They have 3 players already awaiting on this side of the map. Only Buster and Prison to hold the A bomb site. But as I say that, JM, he rotates back over, and now it's going to be onto Kickart and Demasic to try and hold down this B bomb site. But Buster, he finds the rotator, Spiddy falls, and I think with that, Sprout are probably going to get a move on quite soon. There you go, they begin the execution. And so far, it's not really gone in their favour. Kickard gets 2. The Molotov as well, going to be getting a bit of damage in before Innocent eventually treads. So man advantage, and Nade goes down. Doesn't quite deny the bomb plant. 8 HP for Innocent. But it's not looking so good right now for Sprout, even with Buster messing up his flashes.
Yeah, Innocent low on health, but he still gets the first kill. There goes Chrisen though. Easy double from behind. Saves the second AWP again. And with the bomb plant, Sprout's money is going to be not quite good enough to get the buy together. It's on the edge, but I don't think it's worth the investment. Even though they're 8-3 behind, even though they are pretty far back and they really do need to get some rounds together soon, yeah, I don't think the investment here would be worthwhile. And you can see they are just going to go for a small investment into pistols and a few nades. That means that Sprout are going to likely go 9-3 behind, and I mean, I know Train is certainly CT-sided, but they're certainly running the risk of falling too far behind if this keeps up. So they're going to have to step up their game as NATO does get up close. Buster could be caught. The AWP is dropped. Maybe a chance now as NATO picks up that AWP, but elsewhere, Chrisen gives his team the man advantage.
Yeah, let's see now. NATO Sapix, he has an op at least in his possession, but since the rifle should be able to clean this up, Chrisen finds 1, gets himself the second, I was gonna say. Never mind, Spiddy somehow wins out that fight, so still only a 1-man advantage for AVANGAR, but they know the position of both players. They have them trapped in towards the hell position, and there you go, Demasic gets 1, continues to face, and he shuts it down. The op shall also be retrieved, and AVANGAR now up to 9.
Yeah, even with that AWP in the hands of NATO Sapix, not enough being done. Again, it's Innocent really the one player performing for Sprout, which seems to have been the case throughout this series. Either way, on the AVANGAR side of things, still the double AWPs, still sort of questionable economy for the CTs. If they get broken, then they could be in some trouble if they do lose this round, that is. We are going to see Sprout again go back towards B. They found success here in the past. They're not going for the nades, though. That was quicker. 2 easy kills. Finally, the smokes and flashes come in, but Spiddy just pushes through the smoke. That did not look as well prepared, but still the kills come back. Crystal gets a second, and it's all up to Buster, who is in towards Connector. He might be able to spot towards the bomb, and he's already pushing up. Buster is now in towards Blue Train. Is Dennis going to catch him out? The peek comes in, and Buster does go down. And even though that didn't look like a well-prepared execute from Sprout, they still managed to get the trades through.
Yeah, and AVANGAR really haven't built up any economy. The damage has been done in the previous rounds, and because of that, it's not going to be a great buy. They invest what they can into this one. They get themselves so far 1 rifle. Buster should also be able to buy 1 up, and other than that, likely to be just that MP9 and 2 CZ. So it's not going to be perfect. Kickart actually still has 1800, so what will he decide to invest with that is the question. Could get a scout or something along those lines, maybe an SMG. Down to 1500 now, so buys up some utility. Maybe that's for the best. They need some smokes and some Molotovs at least to work with. And now coming into this one, AVANGAR, they invest everything. So if they lose this, Sprout are in a great position to get the 6 rounds in this half, which would be a great comeback considering the start.
So here we go, back into the action. Quicker actually just kept $1,500 in the bank rather than buying nades or a kit. Don't exactly know why. Considering the next round is going to be the last anyway. I mean, saving for it doesn't seem that useful when the rest of your team have full boards. But either way, we are going to see Crystal already get down in towards Pop Dog. Push has actually come out through B. How has this happened? Sprout have little map control now. Quicker is already pushing all the way through, looking for the big flank comes in, and AVANGAR get a flurry of frags. 3, make it 4 kills on the round, and Quicker closes out the flank with a 3k. Sprout there just weren't aware of that push coming in, and AVANGAR get up to double digits, and look at Sprout's money.
Yeah, it works out somehow, and you can see now, even because of that money actually that Kickert saved, he's able to drop an op over as well, so it works out. It was an interesting choice, but it didn't really matter. He gets what he wants, he drops the op over to JM now, and it's a full buy for AVANGAR up against just the pistols of Sprout. So let's see what the German side can pull off. As I said, they were looking primed to get themselves up to 6, but now it's looking like 4 will be it. There you go, Kickert, he gets himself 2, and this round continues on the form from the previous, and it's just going to be completely shut down. Dennis, the only one to find the frag so far, leaving it all on the Spitty and NATO Safix in a 2-on-4. Without control of the bomb as well, that's worth mentioning. But ooh, Spitty gets 1. Kickert in towards Popdog is extremely low on HP, so this could get a little bit dangerous.
Ooh, hello. NATO Safix gets nearly 2 kills. Both CTs very low on health now, and all of a sudden, Sprout have the advantage. They get the bomb back into their control. Quicker is looking to come down the ladder. This would be a risk, but he's taken it. Doesn't even pull his gun out. That was such a huge risk to take, but as the bomb goes down, Quicker does get the spray in. It's AVANGAR with an 11-4 half, and we'll see if they can close out this series after this quick break.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Well, we are back into the action shortly here. Sprout heading into their CT side, needing an improved performance to stay alive in this tournament. How important do you think this pistol round's going to be, Dean? I mean, it's always going to be important when they only have 4 rounds, right? So, yeah, pretty much a must-win.
It's very important, but in my opinion, it's going to be extra important because it gives the opportunity for both of these teams to go ahead and show what they can get done with these pistols. And of course, GG.bet, they are providing 3 different nominations for the players in this tournament, 3 different kinds of MVPs. The overall MVP, the best op player, and also the best pistol player. So let's see who's going to be able to pull this one off. Now, this pistol, as we said, so important for Sprout. Reminder, AVANGAR currently 2-1 in this series. And if they take this one, it is going to be the best of 5 going in their favour, and they'll claim themselves that spot in the playoffs and keep themselves in with contention for an IEM Sydney spot. And there you go, Dennis, he gets 1, but that will be it. Well, players in position though, along with a nice flash, is going to allow for them to continue to face. Crystal gets 1, does the damage onto a second. But as I say, that Kickert returns 1, and Buster in this position somehow gets his way out towards the green train, and is able to rain down hell towards NATO Safix. But Crystal again, he's really been stepping it up through. Oh my god, Kickert comes in with 2. I was going to say Crystal has really been stepping it up, but as I say, that Kickert just sprinting across takes 2 quick headshots. And AVANGAR take themselves a 12th round. And now Sprout, this may be it. This is looking so bad right now. AVANGAR in an amazing position to go ahead and close this series out and eliminate Sprout.
Yeah, we're getting a replay of that as well. Oh, it was so quick. You didn't even get to see the kills come in.
Yeah, my observer wasn't even on it.
Yeah, I know. That was ridiculous. Either way, Sprout still have the CZs, so there's always a chance to win the round when you've got the CZs out. They've also got some scouts in play, so they can also take some longer range engagements, but Spitty on the edge of the smoke is spotted, and he's already been taken down. Push comes in towards B. NATO Safix has the scout on the rotate, but yeah, he's already pulled this one off. Sprout realise they're better off just saving whatever they can. There's no way they're going to retake B here up against full nades, full rifles. Well, not full rifles, but you get the idea. There's no way they're going to get the retake, so they decide to save. And AVANGAR just edging closer and closer to that spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, 13 rounds. Should be going up towards 40, and unless we can see these weapons being saved, actually been able to pull something off in the following. And right now it's not looking great for Sprout. They really are on the back foot. Backs against the wall. AVANGAR looking so solid so far throughout this entire tournament.
All 5 guns will be saved for the AVANGAR side, and 4 guns will be saved for the Sprout side. It's a pretty boring round, just the 1 kill on towards Spiddy decides everything. And Sprout now will likely invest nothing into this one. I guess maybe Spiddy will want to buy a pistol, but other than that, it's just going to be the stuff they saved from the previous. This time I expect to see Sprout have a bit more presence towards B, but surprisingly they've left Spiddy solo B with just the USP. It's not going to be an easy hold for him. Hopefully he gets a rotate quickly. There we go. Crystal is going to come and help him out because I don't think Spiddy could have done that alone with just the default pistol. Dennis has also pushed up in towards Popdog, so the CZ trying to play up close. Early on into the round, AVANGAR are just spreading out and seeing if any aggression comes through from the CTs.
Yeah, and right now it's not really happening, which I don't really enjoy. Of course, the scouts can hang back, but having the pistols back at long range as well is never really ideal. They're not in the greatest positions. Dennis, he's playing the closest range angle, and that's over towards Popdog, and it doesn't really look like he's going to be challenged. Demasic gets some contact over towards Ivy. Because of that, Neosafix throws that smoke down to try and delay the push, and it seems like AVANGAR right now are actually trying to regroup over towards the B side of the map instead. The bomb actually making its way back up through the B halls. If they go over towards here, it's only going to be Crystal and Spiddy, a USP and a scout with no Kevlar on either player to try and hold down this attack, and it's just going to be so difficult right now.
Yeah, Spiddy is on the bomb train. That could be a sneaky position if they don't clear it. So maybe that's probably his best chance to get a kill. His best chance to get a kill with just a USP. But you can see as the push comes in, Buster doesn't clear the spot, but there you go. Spiddy already taken down. Oh, I was going to say Buster nearly died to full damage, I think there, but he's alive. 13 HP. He's fine, and it's just going to be Sprout again in an almost unwinnable retake. I guess they might as well go for this one. They're buying into the next round anyway. We already see Innocent find 1 kill as he pushes forwards. It's really hard for the Sprout, for the other Sprout players to do anything though with the scouts. There goes Innocent getting a 2nd kill with the AK. Again, he's been the one shining light for Sprout throughout this series. He gets a 3rd. There's no kit on the CT side, so they need to speed this up. But in goes NATO, getting the kill. Damage done. Demasic just about takes down the diffuser, and I don't think there's time. Nope. That was so close there for Sprout, but just not enough.
Great try by Innocent to say the least, but yeah, as you said, just not enough. And there you have it, AVANGAR up to 14. Sprout, they will get the full buy into this round, so saving the scouts is not really too big of a deal either. I wouldn't really expect them to keep any of these into the round. Neosafix, yeah, he upgrades to an up as well. Innocent and Dennis, of course, have enough to buy for themselves, so it is going to be potentially the last buy round of this map and of this series, unless Sprout can pull it off. So AVANGAR right now in a good position. James, he's going back to that strat we've seen him pull out on Mirage, where he sticks with the Mach 10. And let's see how that's going to work out when 3 players don't have any helmets to work with for Sprout, so they are a little bit fragile. Look at this by NATO though, so aggressive, showing confidence even down by this scoreline, and it does work out. James falls, and Sprout claim themselves a man advantage.
Ooh, Crystal has just been destroyed in Popdog. The peek comes in. Crystal just types OK in chat because he's not happy about that one. Yeah, that's pretty grim. We are going to see AVANGAR just with a couple of players left, actually. The trades have gone in favour of Sprout, despite that insane kill. Prison and Demasic, the 2 players left, and the bomb is dropped on the site. Spiddy has that one in his control, but Demasic, if he pushes in here, this is a free frag. Spiddy on the other side, but no, doesn't quite spot him. So Spiddy and Innocent being so low, this could still be good for AVANGAR, but they do need to find these frags.
Not going to happen though. Demasic gets himself 1 onto Spiddy, and now Innocent and Neosafix, they have to try and pull this one off. Bomb yet to be planted, which is a positive. Innocent not looking too healthy though. And Neosafix, I don't think he was actually spotted out there. Currently playing around the smoke over at old bomb train, but now he's the last man standing, and he has to win a 1-on-2 to deny map and serious point. And Demasic, he's covering this perfectly. Here you have it, 15 for AVANGAR, and they're 1 round off sending themselves into playoffs. So looking so good for the Kazakhstan team right now, the Kazakh side. And Sprout, once again, they decide to bring out this double scout setup.
Yeah, they don't have too many options at this point, buying whatever they can. I think at this point it's fair to say AVANGER are almost certainly going through to playoffs, so we can start to maybe look at, you know, the matchups they could have against one of the invited teams, against a Gambit, Hellraisers, Heroic, or Virtus Pro. I think they certainly have the chance to upset. They've looked really good throughout this group. When they are on point, it seems like they can really start to dominate. So that's certainly an exciting aspect about them. And, you know, unlike some of the other CIS teams at the major that haven't really done anything since, looking at you, Quantum Bellator, you've been struggling. AVANGER, they've continued their form, which is really nice to see. And we'll get to see if they can close this out shortly, because Sprout don't have the best of buys, as was pointed out. But there you go, Innocent's already found the first kill.
Yeah, a decent start into this round for Sprout, at least giving themselves a bit of a chance to try and maybe prolong the inevitable, because at this point it's looking like AVANGER are going to have this unless an amazing comeback is pulled off by Sprout. And right now the B site defense is going to be tested. Spitty and Crystal in position, and let's see if they can hold this one down. AVANGER taking their time. They do have a bit of utility to work with, and now they do begin to push forward. And actually it's Spitty to get one. Crystal watching the cross with the scout, connects some damage, but actually James takes a kill in the process, so now it's a 3-on-3. Good situation for Sprout in terms of the HP, but they don't have a defuse kit to work with coming into this retake, which is going to really complicate it. And ooh, through the smoke, Crystal finds one. James, though, with the op does trade successfully, so now it's into a 2-on-2, and time slowly ticking away. Players for Sprout yet to find any more openings, as I said, although Innocent does strike, and now it's all onto Buster in a 1-on-2, pushing his way up through the smoke. He has the backstab potential now, spots out the first player up towards Kyles, and he gets that kill. Now it's all onto Dennis, 50 HP, and the one tap comes in. Buster closes it in style, and it is 16-14 as AVANGER claim themselves a spot in the playoffs. And let's send it back to the desk to see what they have to say about this one.
Thank you guys, welcome back to the desk. So 16-4 again, this time for AVANGER. With this they beat Sprout 3-1 and advanced to the playoffs. So quick, like 16-4 for Sprout and 16-4 for AVANGER. What happened here?
Yeah, I mean, Sprout definitely not playing their game on train, I would say, because they definitely had a shot